And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart and I'm going to on a brand new video for Gaming with GS, and today I want to talk about Guild Wars 2 in the June 28th patch that was released very recently. And surprisingly, this patch wasn't very big. It was sort of disappointing to see that a lot of it did involve gem store stuff and bug fixing and not much new content or like new things or like quality of life changes that some of us have been asking for. But nonetheless, there is some pretty cool stuff in here and we're going to go ahead and go over it. Now, a new current event was also added, and I'll go over that a little bit later in the video. But first of all, a lot of this is going to be out of order, so just bear with me. Shared inventory slots that we basically got one for free, and ones you can still buy in the gem store, those can now be moved and they can be embedded or not embedded into your inventory slots, so you can separate them if you want to do that. And this is something people have been asking for a while, and it's finally here, so hopefully that makes everyone happy, because it never really bothered me, but I don't really know what the issue with it was. They also made some changes to World vs. World, improving the tick timer and changing some point systems with the Doliac escorting, as well as when Doliacs get escorted to two different areas, points count towards both of them. A new reward track was also added, not only to World vs. World but also to PvP, where now the Tribal, Stalwart, and Apostle armor sets are now available, which is pretty cool. Legendary weapon journey improvements were also made. You can now get certain items a little easier. There were some bugs that they fixed as well. And surprisingly, and this is a big one, World vs. World no longer has any more crafting stations. Now, the reason why I did this is because a lot of people were going to World vs. World just to craft or just to access their bank. If you're in World vs. World, that's the only way to really access your bank. Other people were going there just to craft, so they've taken the crafting stations out, so people can't go to World vs. World to craft anymore. But they are going to be adding a banker to the Borderlands, which is neat, because that means that World vs. World will now have pretty much everything. They'll now have a guild bank, they'll now have a bank, they'll now have the trading post, and well, World vs. World has a Mystic Forge as well. So if you don't like going to Lion's Arch, then you can go to one of the Borderlands now. Well, not now, because the banker hasn't been added yet, or maybe it has been added. I haven't checked in World vs. World yet, but it's neat that we can now have basically a hotspot to go to that isn't a very long loading screen, and a lot of people can go to that. So apart from that, that's pretty much it. Like, those were the core updates. There were some bug fixes and world polish, like I said, but nothing really worth mentioning. Now, as for the gem store stuff, they added quite a bit, and I skipped over some of it even. There's a new logging tool which costs 1,000 gems, also 15% off the cosmic mining tool. You now have a new White Mantle pack, appearance pack, where you can get the outfit and you can get a glider. Some you can buy those separately as well. And I've seen quite a bit of storm brewing with people complaining that, you know, there's so many outfits that ArenaNet's making, yet when Heart of Thorns came out, there was only really 3 sets of armor. And, you know, I can totally understand that. You know, armor sets and weapon skins is what at least long-term players are aiming for, because once they finish the story, once they finish the content, they're really only there for, you know, skins, I guess. So that is something that should be at a priority, and it seems like they're putting a lot of work into outfits. Now, the argument is, well, you have to do for light armor, medium armor, heavy armor, and all the races, so it's understandable, but it still just kind of sucks to see all these gem store things coming out to, you know, make your character look cool, but not really equal amount of effort put into armor sets or weapon sets. Now, we did get a new reward track for World vs. World and PvP, so that's always nice to see, but you know, still, Heart of Thorns only got 3 sets of armor, and we've pretty much gotten a lot more gem outfits in the past month or two than Heart of Thorns ever gave. So yeah, now let me go ahead and go over the current event, because that's the last thing. I know it's a very short patch. Like, I feel like I'm not talking as much as I usually do, because there's nothing really to talk about in the patch, and it sucks. But the new current event is actually pretty cool. There's a lot of achievement points you can get. There's 5 new achievement points, or 5 new achievements that you can get for the new event, the new current event. There's also 6 other achievements you can get that concern the old the old current events. Now, you know how we went to Blizzard Steps and we went to, what was the, oh, it was just Blizzard Steps, exactly. You know how we went to Blizzard Steps to do the Consortium and the Priory Ley-Line energy collecting and killing the Inquest stuff? Yeah, well, now they've added it in Mount Maelstrom and in Snowden Drifts as well. So if you once again do all three of those events in Blizzard Steps, in Mount Maelstrom, and Snowden Drifts, you know, the whole Ley-Line energy collecting thing, then there's 6 new achievements that are available now for you to get. Be sure that you at least turn in 1 Ley-Line energy, or else you really won't get the achievement. If you want a specific guide on the exact wording of these achievements, and pretty much a guide on the new current event system that I'm about to talk right now, also you can go to the Dolphy page. She does a lot of guides on Guild Wars 2, and there's a guide there that really explains the event very well. However, I'm going to go over it right now too, so if you want a written guide, you can see her page. Just Google Dolphy current event guide, and you should see her page. Anyway, the new Ley-Line current event is basically dealing with Ley-Line anomalies. Now, essentially, if you finished all of the previous episodes of the current events, then you should get a mail from Ella McKay, and she'll tell you to go see her in Lion's Arch, and you talk to her. She'll give you a Ley-infused lodestone. She'll also give you an achievement, and when you click this Ley-infused lodestone, it will basically direct you to either Gandrin Fields, Timberline Falls, and Iron Marches to complete an event. Now, the only thing you need to remember is that these events are on a 2-hour time span, and the event occurs 20 minutes past the hour. So basically, 2 hours and 20-minute respawn time, I guess. But just be aware, this is not like, you know, every 30 minutes or every 15 minutes now. This is literally every 2 hours or so. So perhaps these you want to do daily. And you do want to do these daily because you get Mystic Coins. And Mystic Coins are, well, they were really expensive. Sometimes they would go to like 1 gold, and now they're down to like 50 silvers, I think it is. So farm your Mystic Coins through this event. But essentially what happens is that once you click your lodestone and it tells you where to go, you basically go to that area, and there is a timer on one of the Guild Wars 2, I forget what the exact one is, but it's that one website with the huge Guild Wars 2 maps, and it has like the timers for all the events and all the bosses and that stuff. I'll leave a link in the description for that specific website, but there's a timer on that website that tells you how long for the next anomaly event, and it tells you at what map, so you don't need to double click the lodestone. You can buy more lodestones from Ella McKay, and tells you where the new event is, but quite frankly, with the timer here, it's no use really. So anyhow, when you get to the map, and the goal is to kill the legendary Ley-Line Anomaly. However, there are some mechanics involved in this, because there is a break bar. Now, as long as the break bar is up, you won't be able to damage this legendary. What you need to do is break the break bar. At the same time, though, there's going to be coalescences spawning throughout the map in the area, and while the break bar is active, the Ley-Line Anomaly will just be running around, and you won't be able to kill it, you won't be able to damage it. You need to break the break bar, and at the same time you'll need to kill these coalescences that will spawn. Now, there is an achievement for killing all the coalescences before they reach the legendary Ley-Line Anomaly. You know, the two mobs, the legendary mob and the Ley-Line Anomaly, are going to try to basically join together. But if you kill the coalescences before they reach the anomaly, and you kill all of them before they reach the anomaly, you'll get an achievement. So typically you want to have one group do CC on the legendary boss, and another group kill the coalescences around the area. You'll see the coalescences with a red X on the map, or an orange X on the map. Now, once you break the break bar, you'll also see anomaly fragments spawn around. What you'll need to do is kill these as well, because they're going to power up the anomaly. So the more you kill, the better. And it's about a minute of this. Once that finishes, the anomaly will become vulnerable, and you can start doing damage to it. You can only do about 25% damage to it. So basically what that means, you have to repeat this entire cycle at least 4 times to then kill the legendary. And once you've killed that, you basically get a mystic coin and you get some other rares and junk as well, and they tend to sell for a lot as well. So you may want to do this. You may want to do this every day because they do give you a lot of good stuff, and it's kind of like a world boss. So I'd recommend you to do it. Now there are on the Dolphy page, you'll see that there are multiple spots these events can spawn. Like in Timberline Falls, there are 2 possible routes that the anomaly can take and where it would spawn. So I do recommend you to check the Dolphy page for the full details of the exact spawn locations and the waypoint code and all that stuff. But if you want to read everything I just said on the page, you can do so. And that was pretty much the patch. Like I said, surprisingly small, not really much in it. And let me know your opinion on the whole gem store thing. You know, are they really pushing gem store items too much? I feel like they are, because I mean, some weeks I'll be like, oh, it's okay, they're not really pushing, and then other weeks, like right now, another person makes a huge storm about it, and they mention something like Heart of Thorns and only 3 armor sets, and I can sort of understand. So I have no idea. Part of me hates it, part of me doesn't really care for it. My opinion, as long as they keep on adding new, PvE content or PvP content or real content in the game, I'm happy, and they are doing that, so I'm not going to fully complain about it. But I definitely can see where people are coming from, and it can be, a bit frustrating that Gem Store is getting so much attention, and Heart of Thorns didn't really, only had 3 armor sets. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you like anything in this patch, if you dislike anything in this patch. And there is a post on Reddit that someone made about speculation for the summer patch, and they were speculating late July or early August. So they gave exact dates. I think it was like July 27th or August 9th or something like that. Those were 2 dates. Maybe we'll get it July 12th. That'd be great, but probably not. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comment box, and I'll definitely be down there answering questions and talking to you guys as usual. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Plenty of other Guild Wars 2 content on the channel, plenty of other guides as well. Sorry that I sound a bit different today in my videos than the other ones. I sort of have a sore throat just a little bit, and I also just woke up like an hour ago and did research on all this. So yeah, that's kind of the story. But yeah, if you like this video or you like my other videos, you can always donate $8 to my Patreon page. All you gotta do is click the top right corner. There's a card. You click that and it'll bring you to the page. And I also have a tutorials channel, advice channel, vlogging channel, and music channel. You want to check those out. Links in the description as well as on the end card. And with that, thank you for watching. As always, this is GSmaniamsmart. I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.